So why do you feel what you feel? The reason you have feelings is that you're having vibrations in your body. These vibrations are caused by our thoughts. So when we think about something, we immediately attach some type of meaning to it, some type of feeling to it. So if we see a spider, for example, we can attach an element of fear and a feeling of being afraid of that particular item, of that particular object, that particular event that's happening in your life currently. Now, the thing we must know about feelings is that we can choose to feel them on purpose. By knowing and feeling our feelings on purpose, we are better able to control our emotions. And when we can control our emotions, we can have complete control over our lives. So like I mentioned, feelings are the awareness of the energies, and the energies are just simply the emotions. Energy is emotion, emotion. So this is the being able to be aware of any energy that is going on in your body, any feeling, any vibration that is caused as a result of a thought that you have. Knowing that you have full control over those gives you the power. And by you having the power means that life is a life where life happens for you and not to you. A life where you're in control. A life where your inner hero rules the day and doesn't let the inner hero take over. It doesn't let resistance and fear and the comfort zone hold them back. It doesn't let it hold you back. So how do we feel on purpose? Well, it's a 4-step process. Number 1, we be willing to let them in. You acknowledge and accept any feeling or any emotion that you have and be completely okay with it. Know that thoughts and feelings are simply that. They cannot hurt you unless you allow them to hurt you. So let me remind you of that. If you allow them in, if you're willing to feel the emotion, if you're willing to feel what you feel and think what you think, then you're able to reconstruct how you might be feeling about these things, what you might be thinking, and how you decide to act and what results you have from those feelings, from those thoughts. So number 1, be willing to feel them. Number 2, greet the emotion. Welcome them in. Open the door. Say, let them in. I'm scared. I feel frightened. And that is okay. Come on in. I am accepting you. I'm acknowledging that I am having these emotions right now, that I'm having these feelings. And be completely okay with that. And when you're able to be okay with that, you're able to control what you do as a result. Number 3 is that we must know it in detail. Give it as much description as we can. And then number 4 is memorize the emotion so that we can re-feel it on purpose later on. So what I mean by this, what I mean by knowing it in as much detail as you can and giving it massive description and memorizing it is, how does your body feel? How do you feel in that moment, in that feeling of fearfulness, or that feeling of positive aspects and positive and negative aspects as well? Always know how you are feeling, what you are feeling. What is your chest doing? What are the hairs on your arms doing? What are your fingers doing? What are your eyes doing? What are your nose doing? What is every single part of your body doing? Do you have a shortness of breath? Are you breathing heavy? Are you breathing from your diaphragm? Are you breathing from your chest? Where are you breathing from? Are you speaking fast? Or are you speaking slow and shallow breath? Whatever feeling it is, whether it's positive or negative, is going to have these physiological symptoms and physiological aspects that are attached to it. This is how our body moves. It's how our body takes emotion and creates an element of physiology and an element of how we operate, of how we move our bodies. So if we're in a higher power posture where our shoulders are up and we're strong, or if we're low and crunched over and kind of like, right? So yeah, feel what you feel. memorize everything that's going on in your body. You're essentially playing the actor role. Pay close attention. You are feeling these things on purpose. And this topic is, why do you feel what you feel? Well, you feel it because your brain wants you to feel it. It wants you to feel the negative things. It wants you to feel the fears and the negative emotions that come with whatever it is you're feeling. But that is a good thing. Our brains are there to protect us. And when we acknowledge that and accept that and say, okay, brain, cool, thank you, I appreciate that. Now you can actually move forward. You can play the actor role. You can separate your prefrontal cortex from your rational brain, your subconscious and your conscious brain, and say, I'm going to watch what's going on. I'm going to be the actor. And by being the actor, I can purposely recreate this emotion later. Recreate this feeling. Because your body has no idea why it feels a certain emotion. So you can easily recreate it just like that. Done. You've recreated that emotion. And what happens is now going forward by practicing this, anytime that particular event comes up again, your amygdala, your brain, that part of your brain that tries to keep you safe and keep you protected and keep you in that comfort zone, is going to bring up all these images and sounds and all this stuff from the past, everything you were feeling. But you already know how to feel it. You already know what it feels like. You already know that it's only going to be minor discomfort and not certain death. So please, go out there, practice, memorize these emotions, these feelings. Because a feeling is just a thought. It is derived from a thought. It is just a vibration in our body. And these feelings cannot hurt us unless we let them hurt us, unless we take action on these negative things. If we take action in a negative way as a result of how we feel, as a result of that story we've created, that's the only way we can be hurt. Your feeling, what you are feeling right now, any negative or positive emotion, is completely within you and you only. Whatever somebody else does or didn't do doesn't reflect you at all. You manage your own story. You create your own life. You create the life of your inner hero, and this is why you feel what you feel.